Okay, moving on to 2C. So now farmers reduce their production of wheat to 2 billion bushels and increase their production of corn to 12.044. So remember that before they were producing 11.8. This does this sometimes. Okay. So remember that before, sorry, let me just erase this. Okay. So before they were producing 11.807 corn, billion bushels, and now they've moved their production to 12.044 billion bushels. Okay. And along the so that's corn, and then wheat has gone to 2 from 2.158. So we had 2.158 wheat to 2. Okay. And what they tell us in this problem is along the production possibility frontier, the opportunity cost of going from 11.807 to 12.044 and from 2 is so wherever we are. So this is what this problem is saying. Let's consider the production possibility frontier. So we have wheat and corn. What this problem is now telling us is that regardless where we started, which is 11.807 and 2.158, is saying that the opportunity cost of moving, so here is 11.807 and this is 2.158, the opportunity cost of moving from 11.807 to this new point of 12, wherever this is, 12.044 is, what do they tell us? They say it's 0.666 bushels of wheat per bushel of corn. So 0.666 wheat for 1 corn. So in other words, what it's saying is that we're in this domain where in order to gain 0.666 billion bushels of wheat, we need to lose 1 corn. So this is kind of like the other problem where we know that this point here is on the production possibility frontier, and we know that the production possibility frontier looks something like this. Oh God, that's terrible. Oh God, that's terrible. And I'm going to actually erase this so we don't get confused. Okay, so we know the production possibility frontier looks something like this. Just pretend that's a nice curve. And what it's saying is that at this point, in order to go up 0.666, we need to lose 1 corn to keep us on the production possibility frontier. So what we want to say is, okay, let's look at our circumstance. We have gained, we have gone from 11.807 corn billion bushels of corn to 12.044 billion bushels of corn, and we want to say, have we lost the appropriate amount of wheat? Okay, so if we have lost too much, then we'll be in the feasible but not efficient territory. If we've not lost enough, we'll be in not feasible territory. And if we've lost just enough, we will be in efficient and feasible territory. So again, let's ask the question like we did before. What did we lose? And I just like to start with what we lost because I just think it helps keep everything straightforward. We could start with what we gain and we would arrive at the same conclusions, but I like to start with what we lost. So we lost in this trade-off here, remember we we gained in corn and we lost in wheat. And how much wheat did we lose? We lost 0.158 billion bushels of wheat. And then we can ask, what did we gain? Okay, and this again is from the opportunity cost. Let's pretend we don't know how much our economist ramped up production in corn. Let's just ask ourselves, okay, well, if we wanted to stay on the production possibility frontier, where would we have to be? So the opportunity cost tells us that every time we lose 0.66 billion bushels of wheat, we gain 1 corn. So one thing here we're going to ask is, okay, well, if we lost 1.58 billion bushels of wheat, how many 0.666 are in it? Because that'll tell us how much corn we will have gained. And that gives us 0.237 corn. Okay. This is how much corn we have gained from that production point. So if we wanted to stay on the production possibility frontier in moving from 2.158 billion bushels of wheat to 2, then we would have had to add 0.237 to our original corn production. And what this gives us actually is 12.044. So what that means is, let's just show you what's happening here. I'm going to erase all of this so we don't add any confusion, because we're moving in a different direction. We started at this point, which is, back in pen mode, which is 11.807, 2.158. Okay, and what we did was we lost in corn. So we went this way. We lost by, I wish I didn't write that there. Let me erase that. Okay. So we lost by 0.158. That was the original first calculation we did in number 1 right here. And then we said, okay, well, given the opportunity cost that we were given, how much would we have had to have gained to stay on the production possibility frontier? And what we calculated in number 2 was 0.237. And then what we said was, okay, so what's this new production point? Well, this new production point happened to be exactly the point that our economist of our country or whatever, and this is a decimal, got us to. It's 12.0442. So this point is also feasible and efficient. We added just enough to stay on our production possibility frontier.